Good evening, my dear students. So this is the last video which will complete module number 5. Okay. So in this video we are going to discuss automation in manufacturing. So already you have studied in computer integrated manufacturing subject in SIM subject. Okay. So automation is the technology by which a process is accomplished, means completed, without the human assistance. Means with the help of the computer the work can be accomplished. It is implemented using a program of instructions combined with a control system, okay, that executes the instructions. So here program is used. So as per the program of instructions the work can be completed. Okay. Automated manufacturing systems operate in the factory on the physical product. They perform operations such as processing, assembly, inspection, or material handling. In some cases, it also completes more than one of these operations in the same system. They are called automated because they perform their operations with a reduced level of human participation. See, in conventional machining, maximum work is done with the help of human being, but in this case with a very less participation of human being the work can be completed. That means a computer is used to complete the work, to carry out the operations. Automated machine tools that process parts, transfer lines, automated assembly systems, manufacturing systems that use industrial robots to perform processing or assembly operations. So I told you already, you had this in SIM subject in 6th semester. Automatic material handling and storage system, automatic inspection systems for quality control. Okay, this technology includes automatic machine tools to process the parts, automatic assembly machines, industrial robots, automatic material handling and storage system, okay, automatic inspection systems for quality control, feedback control. See, feedback control means it comes under closed loop system. Okay, already we have studied two types of systems, open loop system and closed loop system. Automation principles and strategies. Okay, so for a given product situation certain caution and respect must be observed in applying automation technologies. There are three approaches. Already we have studied in the first module of the SIM: USA principle, strategies, automation migration strategies. USA principle. USA principle means understanding. U means understand the existing process. S means simplify the process, and A means automate the process. Okay, understand the existing process. What are the outputs? What exactly happens to the work unit between input and output? Means it shows the relation between input and output. What input we are giving and accordingly what output will be achieved, okay, in response to that input. Simplify the process. Once the existing process is understood, then search can begin for ways to simplify. Okay, see, here we make the questionnaires, checklist of the questions, like what is the purpose, is this step necessary, can this step can be eliminated, and so on. Then automate the process. Once the process has been reduced to its simplest form, then the automation can be considered. The possible forms of automation can be considered. Okay, 10 strategies will be discussed. Okay, okay, there are 10 strategies for automation: specialization of operations, See, this involves the use of special purpose equipment designed to perform one operation with the greatest possible efficiency. Okay, and this is similar or analogous to the concept of labor specialization, which has been employed to improve the labor productivity. See, specialization of operation, it leads to improve labor productivity. Then second, combined operations. Production occurs as a sequence of operations. Complex parts may require dozens or even hundreds of processing steps. Okay, to make one product, hundreds of processing steps are required. So what we can do, we can reduce that processing steps, we can combine that operations. Okay, so that will be easier for the operator and for the engineer also. Simultaneous operations, a logical extension of combined operation strategy is to perform at the same time the operations that are combined at one workstation. It effect two or more processing or assembly operations that are combined at one workstation. Okay, we can combine that at a single workstation. We can simultaneously combine that operations which are possible. It effect the same work part, thus reducing the total processing time. Integration of the operations. Okay, we can integrate the operations. Next, increased flexibility. To achieve maximum utilization of the equipment, see, in this case we have to utilize maximum equipment, okay, for the job shop and medium volume situations by using the same equipment for a variety of the products. That means for a variety of products to manufacture, we can use the same equipment. Improved material handling and storage, then online inspection, then process control and optimization, plant operations and control, computer integrated manufacturing. Okay, so these are the 10 automation strategies. Next, automation migration strategy. Owing to competitive pressures in the marketplace, a company often needs to introduce a new product in the shortest possible time. See, you know that nowadays, okay, there is a very vast competition in the market. Okay, so what the people are thinking, okay, you to introduce a new product that can attract the customer. But see, that new product, what the company people think, to produce the new product in a shortest possible time. Okay, earliest and least expensive way to accomplish this objective. The tooling for manual method can be fabricated quickly at the low cost. If the product turns out to be successful and high future demand is anticipated, then it makes sense for the company to automate the production. The improvements are often carried out in phases. See, initially improvements are not possible. Once the product is manufactured, once it is sold in the market, then after getting the response from the customer, okay, we can make the improvements. And suddenly it is not possible, it will take some time. A typical automation migration strategy is the following. Phase 1, manual production using single station man cells. Phase 2, automated production using single station automated cells operating independently. Phase 3, automated integrated production using a multi-station automated system with serial operations and automated transfer of work units between the stations. See, in the third phase, okay, we have to integrate manual assistance with the automated system. So elements of the automated system you see here: program of instructions, then control system is used, then process is carried out as per the instructions, and to carry out the process power is required, and this power is directly concerned with control system. At the same time, this power is directly concerned with the program of instructions. Means without the power, program of instructions cannot be connected to control system. Without the power, the control system cannot be directly connected to the process. Okay, so advanced automation functions, safety monitoring. Then second one, maintenance and repair diagnostics, error detection and recovery. Okay, see, these are the levels of the automation. Okay, first one is the device level. So this is the base level. So in this level we use sensors, actuators and other hardware elements to actuate this level. Second one is the machine level. Individual machines are used. Then third one, manufacturing system, group of machines. It is known as cell or system level. Next, plant level, production systems. And last one, enterprise level. Okay, corporate information systems. You see here, we have to get the difference between process industry automation and discrete manufacturing industry automation. Corporate level, management information systems, strategic planning systems, high level management of enterprise. Here corporate level, management information system, strategic planning system, high level management of enterprise. Plant level, scheduling, we have to make the schedule, tracking of the materials, equipment monitoring. Okay, here scheduling, tracking, work in process, routing of the parts through machines, machine utilization. Supervisory control level, control and coordination of several interconnected unit operations that make up the total process. Manufacturing cell or system level, control and coordination of group of machines and supporting equipment working in coordination, including material handling equipment. Then here regulatory control, regulatory control level, control of unit operations, machine level, production machines and workstations for discrete part and production manufacturing. Here device level, sensors and actuators are used. Sensors and actuators are used to complete control of machines. Now continuous and discrete control. Product output measures weights, liquid volumes, solid volumes. Here number of parts and products. Quality measures consistency, solution concentration, okay, absence of contaminants, specification, conformance, dimensions, surface finish, appearance, absence of defects, product reliability. Then variables and parameters are, in this case, continuous control, temperature, volume, flow rate, pressure. In discrete control, it is position, velocity, acceleration, force. Sensors, flow sensors, thermocouples, pressure sensors. Here limit switches, photoelectric sensors, strain gauges, piezoelectric sensors. Actuators, valves, heaters, pumps. These are used in continuous control. In discrete control, switches, motors, pistons are used. Process time constraints. In continuous control, we consider seconds, minutes, hours. In discrete control, we consider less than a second. Less than a second. So this diagram, okay. NXT controller with 3 actuators and 4 sensors. In reality, continuous control systems are often segmented into smaller parts with many feedback loops. I told you, in closed loop system we get the feedback from the output, all of which have to be individually controlled and coordinated so as to maintain overall output variable. Continuous control systems are found throughout the chemical industry where many parameters are related to chemical reactants. What are that parameters? Temperature, pressure, flow rates must be maintained. They are also to be found in conventional manufacturing systems in certain situations, such as positioning of work part relative to a cutting tool by using XYZ coordinates. Okay. continuous control systems, you see here regulatory control and feed forward control. So these are the two important points. Thank you.